basically two types of instruments, that is capital market instruments and money market instruments. Basically, we are going to learn about the financial institutions which are currently leading in India. So those are, first is about Industrial Financial Corporation of India. What are the features of stock exchange, importance of stock exchange, and what are the different kind of stock exchange companies are there. So we are going to learn all this under the stock market. Hello students, welcome to the first session for your fourth semester BBA. So in today's session, we are going to have a brief introduction about the subject part. So before we move on to the session, so let me do my introduction. So I'm Vaishnavi, Faculty of Commerce from Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence. So we'll move into the session. So this is a subject called Financial Market and Services for the fourth semester BBA students. So we'll see the one by one unit wise introduction part. So first, you're going to learn about unit 1 of overview of financial system. Unit number 2, what are different financial institutions we have got. Unit number 3, what are financial services. Unit number 4, financial market and instruments. Unit number 5 is stock market. So we'll see one by one. Unit number 1, overview of financial system. So what is financial system? So what are the kind of basic introduction of the financial system? What is the actual basis of what is the mode of operation of financial system in India? So all this we are going to learn in the first part, that is introduction, features, constituents of financial system, financial institutions we have got, financial services, financial markets and financial instruments. So we're going to learn about the basic introduction part. What is financial system? So that means how the regulation is been happening in case of India, who are the regulators who usually regulates the process of financial management in India. So we're going to learn about this in the introduction part. Then features of financial system. Then constituents of financial system. So who are the constitutions? That means those who play a major role in financial system. Those are financial institutions. Those are your banks, not your insurance policy companies. So those comes under the financial institutions. Then financial services we have got. Then what are the different kind of financial markets and what are the financial instruments? So financial markets is just nothing but you have Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange. We have got international, we have got NASDAQ, US Stock Exchange. So all these comes under the financial markets and financial instruments. So we have got basically two types of instruments, that is capital market instruments and money market instruments. So that is capital market instruments are for the longer term purpose, whereas in case of money market, those are for the short term purpose. So what are those? What are the different kind of attributes are there in case of both the instruments, that is capital market and money market. So we're going to learn all this under the unit 1. So unit 1 is all about basically the introduction of the financial system. So how it is going to run. So what are the different kind of financial institutions we have got? So we have got banks, we have got non-banking financial institutions, we have got life insurance institutions, we have got especially for loan kind of institutions. So all these are different institutions are there in India that usually help the statements of financial flow in case of India. So we are going to learn all this under the unit 1. So unit 2 is about financial institutions. So as I've told, what are the different kind of financial institutions we have got? Basically, those are the companies. So different kind of financial companies we have in India. Basic meaning, characteristics of financial institutions, categories, money market institutions and capital market institutions we have got. Then what are the objectives and functions of Industrial Financial Corporation of India and Industrial Development Bank of India, State Financial Corporations, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, Exim Bank, National Small Industrial Development Corporation Bank, National Industrial Development Corporation, RBI measures for NBFCs. NBFCs is non-banking financial institutions or companies. So basically we are going to learn about the financial institutions which are currently leading in India. So those are, first is about Industrial Financial Corporation of India. So this is one of the important bank or important financial institution that has been run by the government of India. Next is Industrial Development Bank of India, that is IDBI. That is also the bank that has been basically set up for the industrial purpose. Then State Financial Corporations, then Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. These are the different kind of banks that has been run by the initiated by the government of India. And what is Exim Bank? Exim Bank is Export Imports Bank. Then National Small Industrial Development Corporation. Then we have got National Industrial Development Corporation. Then we have got the non-banking financial institutions or non-banking financial corporations are there, that helps the companies or that helps the businesses for the lending loans, and how the RBI is been regulating those non-banking financial corporations. And what is the basic introduction of the National Industrial Development Bank Corporation. We are going to learn what are the functions of these different banks and what is the importance of these different banks in the financial sector. So basically in unit 2 you are going to briefly learn about the financial institutions specially set up for the purpose of the industries or for companies and for the smooth flow of the financial process in case of the transaction. So we are going to learn all these under the unit number 2. Next we are going to learn about unit number 3, that is financial services. So the basic meaning, objectives, functions and characteristics of financial services, types of financial services, that is merchant bank, functions and operations, leasing, mutual funds, venture capital and credit rating. Financial services is just nothing but the basic banking services that you're going to get from the banking industry. So that is called financial services. Basic meaning of it, objectives of it, functions of it, characteristics of those financial banks or financial services. Types of financial services we have got, that is merchant banking, that is your normal banks that you visit in your daily life, and functions of those merchant banking and operations of it, what is leasing and what is mutual funds and venture capital and credit rating. Here we are going to learn basically about the financial services, about the banks, what are the different kind of banks we have got nowadays, what are the characteristics of those banks, what are the services that is been providing by them, that is, then what is leasing, the options of leasing, then mutual funds, what are different kind of mutual fund options we have got, and what is venture capital, and we're going to learn about what is credit rating. So all this we're going to learn under unit number 3. Next, unit number 4, we're going to learn about financial markets and instruments. So basic meaning and definition, role and functions of financial markets, constituents of financial markets, money market instruments, capital market instruments, SEBI guidelines for listing of shares and issues of commercial papers. As I've told in the first slide, that is under unit 1, 2 types of financial instruments we have got, that is money market instruments and capital market instruments. So we're going to learn in detail what are those. So under that we're going to learn about what is money market instruments, that is for the short term purpose we are going to invest in money market, for the long term we are going to invest in for the capital market. So what are those? SEBI guidelines for listing the shares and issue of the commercial papers. So the commercial papers is also another kind of an investment that has been initiated by the RBI. So we are going to learn what are the regulations that has been taken up by the RBI in those commercial papers. So this is regarding unit number 4. Then unit number 5 is stock market. So meaning of stock market, nature and functions of stock exchange, stock market operations, trading, settlement and custody, the NSDL and CSDL, brief discussion of BSE, NSE and OTCEI. So we are going to learn basically about the stock market in India. So what is the meaning of stock market, what is the nature and functions of stock exchange market, and what is the functions of stock market operations. We are going to learn what is trading and what is the settlement and custody under the trading. We are going to learn about the brief discussion about Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange and any regulatory bodies that we have got for the regulation of the stock market. We are going to learn under unit number 5. So in unit number 5, we basically are going to have a brief discussion about the stock exchange market. So we've got Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange. We're going to learn how to list in that. So what are the features of stock exchange, importance of stock exchange, and what are the different kind of stock exchange companies are there. So we're going to learn all this under the stock market. These are the skill development activities we have got. So first, visit any financial institution and prepare a report regarding its structure, functions and performance. Analyze the ratings given by any credit rating agency for at least 5 companies. Collect information on NASDAQ, Nifty, Sensex and write the brief report on the same. Identify a company of your choice and record its share prices for the month. So these are the skill development activities that has been prescribed by the university. Next, we are going to see about the pattern. So for your internals, you are going to get for 40 marks. 20 marks is for internals test and 60 marks is for your written examination. So total you are getting overall 100 marks. So out of 60, you should get 21 marks to get pass, and out of 100, you should get 40 marks so that you can pass in this subject. So this is your question paper pattern for internal assessment. So part A, you're going to have 2 questions and you should answer 1 question, and each question is carrying 5 marks. Part B, 2 questions will be given, answer any one, and each question is carrying 10 marks. Part C, 2 questions will be given, should answer any one, and each question is carrying 15 marks. So totally for 30 marks. This is your semester end question paper. So part A, 2 marks will be there, you should answer any 5 questions, and total you are getting 10 marks out of this. Part B is you have to answer 2 questions and each question is carrying 10 marks. So you're getting total 20 marks out of part B. And part C, 2 questions you should answer and each question is carrying 15 marks. You're getting 30 marks in part C. So this is your question paper pattern. Part A is for 2 marks, part B is for 10 marks, part C is for 15 marks. So part A, so 2 more questions will be there. You should answer 5 questions, 10 marks. Part B, 2 questions you should answer. Each questions are 10 marks. You should get 20 marks. Part C, 2 questions you should answer. Each question is carrying 15 marks and total 30 marks. So total for 60 marks you're going to write for your final examination. So these are the books that have been prescribed by the university. So L.M. Bhole, so regarding financial institutions and markets. So Khan, M.Y. regarding the financial Indian financial system. Sharma, Meera, and they have written a book called Management of Financial Institutions from the publication called Eastern Economy Edition. So these are the important kind of textbooks that is prescribed by the University of Mysore. So basically in this unit, you are going to learn about all the functions of financial markets, financial institutions, so how it works, what is stock exchange, how the stock exchange works, what is the RBI, so how the RBI is going to regulate the financial institutions and financial markets, so and how the SEBI is going to regulate the financial markets. So all this you're going to learn here in this unit. So I request, so everyone please purchase a book in before itself and refer the topics in before. We are going to start with the in detail sessions. So I'll meet you in the next session. Until then, thank you so much.